Education Conference aims to bring out the best teaching in UP educators.
Marquette Alger Risa used data to inform educators about best teaching practices at its annual conference. TV6's Julia Seitz asked teachers how they hope to apply research to their classrooms.
These educators crowded NMU's Northern Center today to bring new skills to their classrooms. Marisa Deputy Superintendent Travis Smith says the goal was to use real data to drive teaching decisions and best practices.
So it is so important to use data when we make decisions with students because we want to tailor their education based upon the data that is provided. And if we're able to use that information, we can make sure that we can create the best outcomes possible.
880 attendees spread across 3 different locations in Marquette to focus on their respective areas. For example, Marisa mental health specialist Jesse Lauren is using his time to ensure his practices help keep struggling kids from falling through the cracks.
A lot of the population that we work with as mental health specialists are kids that might need extra support when it comes to, their emotional skills, their behavior in the schools. We often see that those kids have a difficult time integrating with, the typical population.
4 keynote speakers also presented a variety of topics like using artificial intelligence in the classroom.
Courtney Beecher says as a language arts teacher, she feared AI, but says today's sessions showed there's potential to use it as a tool, not a crutch, to improve classrooms.
With AI, we can really use tools like, working on sentence structure and working on some thought processes and research tools. And so it's really a great tool to use as long as it's being used as a tool.
Educators spent the entire day developing innovative skills they will use in their classrooms tomorrow. Julia Seitz, TV6 News, Marquette.